text messages reads, Dale, what's the PayPal information? Because I need to send an invoice to this guy. He wants to pay for the program. And then right then and there, my heart started beating. I couldn't think about anything else. So I want to share the story of one of my last days that I ever had working for anybody. And the story goes back about 4 years ago now. And I had quit my full-time job working as a physical therapist at the big clinic. But there was a time period here that I was in for about 6 to 8 months where we were trying to grow the online business. And I needed to pick up some part-time work to really make the ends meet. So this was one of those part-time jobs that I had just a few days a week. We had just picked up a mentor, and the mentor had kind of helped us set up a new sales strategy to try to sell a higher ticket shoulder rehab program that was going to be for $1,000 for 8 weeks. And up to this point, we had only sold programs for up to $100. So this was kind of a big leap for us. And there was just a lot of uncertainty. There was a lot of uncertainty that it was actually going to work out. So I was working this part-time job. We had generated a few leads, some interest in the program. And my business partner at the time, he was going to be taking a sales call because I was working the part-time job that day. So he was taking a sales call for a prospect who was interested in the program. So here I am at the part-time job. I got some patients stacked up. I have an old man laying on the table in front of me here. He's about 80 years old. And all I can really think about that day is, man, I wonder how we're going to do with that call. I wonder if there's any way we can actually get $1,000 from one of these clients. That'd be great, right? Because I'm sitting here working on this old man who happens to be really insistent on me just massaging his ass for 30 minutes. There's nothing else he'll let me do. He doesn't want to do any exercises. He doesn't want to do any other form of therapy other than just like this deep tissue massage right on his ass. So here I am sitting there doing that in the clinic. And my phone is just going nuts. It's bzz, bzz, nonstop for like 5 straight minutes. I'm trying to ignore it because I'm, trying to do the right thing, working on my patient, trying to give them all my attention, right? After a while, I can't ignore it anymore. So I grab my phone, I kind of look down at it, and I see there's like 10 text messages and a couple missed calls from my business partner. One of the text messages reads, Dale, what's the PayPal information? Because I need to send an invoice to this guy. He wants to pay for the program. And then right then and there, my heart started beating. I couldn't think about anything else. I kind of scrambled to send him the PayPal information, finished up with this patient with, the ass massage. I had a few more minutes left of that. When I got that out of the way, I had a couple minutes to scramble over to the computer. I pull up the PayPal account, and I'll be damned, $1,000 paid in full for our shoulder rehab program. And from that moment on, I was like totally reevaluating what I was doing. I was working for $25 an hour that day, massaging asses of old men when I could be making $1,000 online. I literally quit the job the next day. I put in my notice because I had totally kind of been exposed to a much different strategy, a much better way of doing things. So I decided it was going to be in my best interest to put all my eggs in that basket and go all in on the online business. So that's what we did. And, there was some ups and downs along the way. It wasn't all smooth sailing from there, but that was a very strong and important moment to just give us the confidence, give me the confidence to know that, hey, we can actually do this a different way and, end up doing much better. So this really highlighted for me what I call the law of exposure. And it's once you get exposed to something, you can't be unexposed, right? So I was exposed to this much better strategy where I wasn't going to have to massage asses all day and I could make a little bit more money doing that. And so once I was exposed to that, I couldn't go back. And I think this law of exposure, it shows itself in a lot of different forms throughout our developmental journey. When you start waking up earlier, when you start getting to the gym every day, you start eating healthier. Once you're exposed to the good that can come from something, you can't go back and, relive a lesser way of doing things. It's just the law of exposure. And I think if you give in to that exposure and look for things and actively seek for better ways, and you follow that path, I think you're going to end up finding a lot of solutions to a lot of problems. So I believe in the law of exposure. It's been a big thing for me. So that's the story essentially. Again, a very, happy time for me in my life to realize that all the hard work we had been putting in actually paid off. And once it paid off once, we kind of had the recipe to kind of continue that. And now it's 4 years since that happened, so we're still in the game.